Come on, tough guy.
Sons of Scotland, I am William Wallace, and I see a whole army of my countrymen, but they'll never take our freedom!
Welcome to a real Flat Earth Friday, y'all. How are you doing this evening, brother?
I'm good. It's great to be here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Yeah, so we got a real Flat Earth Friday where we're going to hopefully get a little bit caught up where, you know, we got super trolled by YouTube a week ago, and they made it impossible to stream, and so far everything looks good. So we're going to be able to finally get out some of this content that we've been sitting on, starting to age a little bit. So we've got a number of visits that you made to other channels where you joined them when they were live, and you got to ask some people some questions, and one of them was Jesuit Jaron. And so we're going to be going through that that episode where he was on Bro Sanchez. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, the outreach is great. You know, I try to get everybody that tunes in here to actively fight in spiritual warfare, and sharing your voice is one of the most powerful things that we can do. You know, I encourage everybody, Jay Skills, Seth, Adam, everybody, YD, be in chats, be in comments, join live streams, and know your talking points. Be prepared. So the better prepared you are with the things that you want to discuss, the easier it is for you to get through. And it takes practice, right? But I strongly want everyone to do it. I want everybody to be a part of it. And I'm just grateful and I'm thankful that everybody's tuned in tonight. We've got some really great memes to get into. So we're making memes. We've got people tuning in tonight that also are making memes. And I enjoy that. We used to do memes of the week every Friday. It was a lot of fun. It's very time consuming to make, but the meme generators do help a lot. So, and then there's also, talks about the model and new things that are taking place. We got to talk about, when the flat earth first started, one of the people in the community that I instantaneously, started to have a problem with was Nathan Oakley. And it was mostly due to his lewdness. He was quite rude and lewd and, just stuff that I didn't want to be around. It was toxic. So sure enough, Nathan's been brought into the mix. They're pointing the cameras at him, and what he's doing is gross. I mean, it's got to be some of the
exceptionally creepy, right?
It's got to be some of the worst stuff that I've ever seen anyone do or attempting to do. It's similar to what Hori Sheet Show was doing back in the day, but it's worse. I mean, we'll get into that tonight. Just thanks everyone for tuning in. We may or may not be live Sunday night. I think maybe next Sunday we're going to take a look at biblical virtual reality and related to the sun and some other things like that. I know we might touch on some of these topics tonight, but stay tuned and join us on Reality Check Chat at Telegram. You just put in at Reality Check Chat. We're on Telegram. That's where we do all of our sharing, and you're able to find us if we get taken down anywhere. And Sunday will be a Rise and Grind on the Rumble channel. That's the Limitless channel on Rumble, and all the links are below in the description box. Thank you, everybody.
I think next Sunday is a special day for me. It's the beginning of the new fiscal year, and it's also the beginning of a new year for me. So we'll see how it all goes. The memes, we were trying to before get through this Will Duffy video where he had announced his winners of the meme contest, and so we'll probably jump into that first. We'll be going through the memes. We've got a contest going. So Will's has ended. Our contest goes all the way through the final false dichotomy PSYOP that's taking place in Antarctica this December. So you've got plenty of time to continue to submit entries. We've got a whole bunch of people that are starting to participate now, and it's going to be fun. So if this interests you, everybody, it's Reality Check on Telegram. Reality Check Chat is where you can submit your memes, and the good ones are going to end up getting posted on Awake Souls. Now, we're not going to post any junk memes up here. They have to be wins for the truth, and so we got a bunch to go through. We're going to actually make a competition out of it where the people that get the most thumbs up, they're going to be recognized. They'll get some virtual awards come this December. So we're trying to make it fun and interesting for y'all. If you've got suggestions for ways to make it more fun, more interesting, please share those and we'll try to implement them. Is there anything else that you want to go through, brother, before we get into it? Then let's go.
Helicopter blades all spin.
And we are back at the final False Dichotomy's meme podium with Will Doofus, huh?
Wow. Okay. Memes of the week with Will Doofus.
Yeah, so this was 9 days ago. Like we were saying, YouTube didn't want us sharing this last week when we were trying. But so what we're going to do is go through the beginning of this, and it's interesting, the first meme that he brings up, right? Number one, the very first meme that he shares. Y'all should probably recognize who it came from, and then we'll go through and we'll take a quick look at some of the other memes that came in, and we'll show y'all how dumb they are and actually even gross, lewd, and improper, probably for a Christian pastor. But we know that he's not really a Christian pastor. He just LARPs as one. So stop me anytime that you want, brother. But let's go ahead and listen to the intro on this.
Let's go.
The Olympics was over. We've got one final event, which is the TFE meme war. Thank you so much for everyone who participated. The response was overwhelming. I received over 80 memes from 11 different countries spanning 4 continents. And I should also mention New Zealand. I am a little bit confused. Any Kiwis out there can help me, that would be great. I recall in school being taught that New Zealand was part of the continent of Australia, but upon further inquiry, I cannot figure out which continent New Zealand is a part of, if it's a part of a continent at all. I discovered a continent called Oceania, if I'm even pronouncing that right, and I've never even heard of that continent. So very confused American over here, and would love a little help if you could. So yes, thank you guys so
Will
much.
Doesn't claim to be smart.
Shout out to England. England came to play. I received more memes from England than any other country, 28 of them to be exact. So let's go ahead and go through the memes. We've got Jeranism themed memes, Flat Earth Dave memes, Olympic style memes, all kinds of memes, all about the final experiment. And I'm going to go through just a sampling of them to share them with everybody. I should let you know I'm probably going to release these memes into the wild, and so I cannot be held responsible for what happens after that.
Let them go.
Go ahead and start out with a meme, which is the absolute dumbest meme that I received, and it's from a Flat Earth channel called Awake Souls.
Yay!
That's hilarious.
Yeah, as you can tell, not a fan of you, Will, whatsoever. Not a fan, or any of these fake flat earthers that you're involved in your false dichotomy PSYOP with. So he brings this up first. Let's go ahead and listen to what Will has to say about it.
This meme is clearly not a fan of mine, referring to the three of us as Satans. Let me tell you why I'm showing this meme and giving credit to Awake Souls who made it. I love stuff like this.
Loves it.
He loves it. Mikey likes it. Will Doofus loves it. We'll make more of them for you then, Will.
Why do I love stuff like this? When you have someone on the flat earth side implying through this meme that Jaron and Austin have some sort of a deal with me, which is completely false, we know they're absolutely just lying and making it up.
There is a deal. There are contracts. Yeah. Everybody that's tuning in hears about contracts. And
aren't they going to have it all public so everyone can read the contracts of the deal?
Yeah, so that would be a deal, and he's paying for them to go to Antarctica, right?
And what's going to happen when they see, because we've already seen the evidence that there is a 24-hour sun, what are they going to say?
Well, they've already said that if they see a 24-hour sun, they're going to say that Earth's a ball.
Well, Jaron has basically said it without saying it. He's using his hypnotistic type talking nonsense to try to, say that
because the Earth globe observations predict that there would be the 24-hour sun in the north and the south. He's using that to state that the Earth is going to be a globe, but he's not saying that.
Yeah, well, he's saying that if anybody can bring a model that actually explains it, that he'd be happy to listen to it, but he's not willing to do that either. So I think we're sort of at a brick, like a rock and a hard place right here, where he's saying that it can't be a flat earth anymore, right? Because the only one that he accepts will be falsified, right?
Especially knows this, Jaron and Austin. And so I love situations like this because then Jaron and Austin get exposed to how people on their side of the debate, the flat earth side, are acting. They
Like
know
they don't
that
know.
this is a complete
Yeah, getting exposed. We've been exposing them for the last 7 years. You've been doing it longer, and Witsit hasn't been around all that long, but as soon as he came around, we were exposing him as well. All right, so they've been exposed to it, that's for sure.
fabrication with no evidence whatsoever. And so I love that they are going to get that exposure to know that people on
And
their side are
I'll add to it. It's the exact same thing that Jaron has done the entire time. Is they'll boldface lie just over and over again. He's saying there's no deal. They're signing contracts for the deal right now. Jaron's newest thing, his newest update, is that he wants one channel to have all the footage so that they can all divvy out the,
Share the ad revenue, right?
right? Oh, for sure, that's going to be all dealt with in the contracts, and they're not allowed to misrepresent Jaron or Austin as far as they misrepresent themselves, like Jaron has continuously done for the past 8 years. Just everything that Jaron's done, he's misrepresented himself. He proved there was curvature, and behind the curve, he's on the cover of it. Right now, he's going to go there and misrepresent the straw man fake flat earth AE map and model that Jason and I both explained to him. So Will is doing the exact same thing. He's got the meme up here. It should say American Satan, but he's pluralized it, Jason, because they're all adversaries against the truth, right? Well, out here acting like angels of light, like they're the supposed new truth seekers, when Jaron knew 8 years ago that his map and model was completely ridiculous and irrational. Jason and myself at separate times both screen shared and showed Jaron exactly what's wrong with his model. He said to you, what did he say? Oh, you just ruined my day.
Week, yeah. He gave it 7 days a morning.
So again, American Satan is the movie that Jason made the meme out of. This is very good. It's show it, because not a lot of people probably know, and it's about a band that has to make a deal with Azazel, who people call the devil, to become famous, and they do a sacrifice. And Will Doofus is playing the devil. Okay, if you don't get the context of the meme, and that's exactly what it is, and he loves it.
Yeah, here's your rock band guys. They're sitting down with this guy at the, the speakeasy type place.
Your
Making the
fans
deal.
are dangerous, and your fans are full of passion.
You can only play like 10 seconds, so you can't even. You have to.
Yeah.
Seen
You get-
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Filled
He's-
stadium.
Yeah, I want you to get it straight.
Yeah, but
How much? Maybe you can play.
It's
the
a-
trailer.
it's a trailer. But basically, he's listing bands, Running with the Devil by Van Halen, stuff like that. And he's saying, how do you think they got the deal? And so it comes around to making the deal with the devil, and this is where the meme came from right here.
Exactly. Right. And so exactly as what we've been saying, you can go back to Will if you want, is that the staged fake flat earth was set up with the AE map and model. It came right from the Flat Earth Society. Right. That's where it started. And it was built as a straw man for the globe to take down. And then we said the next argument is going to be, is the earth moving? Right. Or is the sun moving? And we already told you that debate's going to end when they say that the phases of Venus prove that it's actually the earth going around the sun, thus heliocentrism ruling as a supposed truth to our reality. And we're going, I'm giving you guys like 2-3 years ahead here. Don't call me, I am no prophet. All I do is look at patterns, right? I look at the patterns and I see them and just allow them to be what they are, just humbly. I have no ego in it, and I defeat my ego as much as I can.
And you watch the Copernican principle, so
but yeah, and I
you sort of know.
Principle, yes.
Right.
Yeah, I had DJ rap out there for all y'all. So yeah, we'll get into the Copernican principle in another talk. That's a longer isotropic or anisotropic type topic.
Yeah, so we'll start jumping through some of the memes that he put up. Self-promotion. I think this is a meme that Will Duffy created himself, where he's supposedly celebrating the death of
Jaron on the other side, right? The guy kind of looks like Jaron, doesn't he? Up on the left.
Well,
Jaron's
I don't know.
In shape. He's been working out since one of the conferences. He was disappointed, or since Behind the Curve. It looks like a skinny version of Jaron, maybe.
Yeah, well, one of the things I've noticed with Jaron is he's got almost a perfectly spherical head. That might be the reason why he wants to promote the globe Earth, right?
It was the other pastor who told Dean Odell that he believed the Earth was like a sphere with a face, and he used his own head as evidence for that, right?
Flat Earthers realizing the final experiment is actually happening. I feel like this one sort of falls flat, like
a little weak. Yeah,
pretty weak.
Yeah, because that meme right there, I'll just tell everybody if you don't know, is about somebody waiting. Right? This looks like they're trying to say that he's depressed. He's like waiting. He's just waiting and waiting and waiting. Not depressed.
Free Antarctic trip. We've got Eddie, Bravo, Dubay in the dress, of course. They got that part right. And the free Antarctic trip, I guess, is scaring them.
This is another dumb one. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. There's no logic to it. We don't know who Eddie is. We don't know who DeBay is. But I mean, I guess people can figure that out.
We've got Flurfs claiming there's no 24-hour sun. Flurfs after being invited on the final experiment to see it with their own eyes.
Okay, yeah. David Weiss, the controlled agent, is the only one that really all of a sudden acted like he didn't want to have anything to do with it. He said because Will is a proven liar. Said he didn't want to have anything to do with liars, even though his best friend is Jeranism. Now this one, the thing that pissed me off a little bit is, if you're a public figure and you've got family, wives and daughters and sons and stuff, there's so much over-sexualization being used as a weapon against people. Here comes Will putting this up here, and supposedly his family members voted on all these memes. Just come on. This one's just...
Yeah, you got
it's a late night on Jaron at like 2 a.m. or something. All right, if it's an adult thing, but this guy's bringing kids into this stuff.
Yeah, you got the sort of sadomasochistic, forcing the milk drinking while the milkers are sort of out in the open, right?
A clip from a porn. That's all. Just straight porn. Just this part of the scene, right? Way to go. Thanks, Will.
All right, there's this one. I don't even understand this. Flat Earthers, there's no 24-hour sun in Antarctica, the final experiment. You got to explain this one to me because
it makes no logical sense.
I don't know what that means.
I'm not explaining it. I'm not getting involved on whatever they're trying to tell with that one.
All right, you got the girl in the red dress meme, which is pretty famous. Here it's done with TFE on the face here, Jeranism checking it out, which this is true. Jaron is excited about it. Flat Earthers upset with Jaron for being excited to go debunk Flat Earth, right?
Well, and the funny thing is
supposedly,
that, what makes this one actually, if I was going to probably pick a winner, just on the actual revelation of the method. So the Flat Earther girl is also the same girl that has the TFE over her face. So Jaron is both LARPing as a fake Flat Earther and a Globe Earther working for the TFE. So this one actually gets a bell ringer for me.
Deeper meaning to it, right?
Revelation of the method broken down live.
This common meme here, but I don't see how it's well done.
No.
24-hour sun in Antarctica does not work on Flat Earth, so you would denounce Flat Earth if you witnessed it, right? Jaron, right?
He's supposed to just not be responding, right? They could have done that one better too.
Jaron was the first person to come out and say that there's no possible way Earth is a plane if he sees a 24-hour sun.
He instantly started steel manning. We were all still learning what straw man meant. Here comes Jaron steel manning. Well, not only is it make sure that we live on a globe, but you could just look at it this way: if there was a Home Depot everywhere, and you put a level down on the concrete, it's going to be level everywhere on the Home Depot Earth.
If we get enough time, we'll get into some Home Depot Earth tonight. David Weiss memes. David Weiss, a globe would have to have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Gets invited to Antarctica at no cost to see a 24-hour sun. Nope. So this is probably the most popular of all the globalists, the ballers in space. They seem to love this one.
Yeah. Well, what's the truth? Hang on. Don't go. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's the truth here? David Weissenstein, was a gatekeeper way before Flat Earth, instantly came in and, started, gatekeeping. He's got the multiple ponds, infinite domed Earth theories, all this stuff, right?
Freemason, Sir, Knighted.
He actually has, arguably more than enough money to have been already to Antarctica. I would guess that a lot of these people, like David Weiss, that are rich and in the tribe that he's in, they've probably already investigated this. I bet he's already been there. So he's saying no because he knows it's about to clown the whole entire movement that he is the one gatekeeping in.
Yep. So a bunch of David Weiss memes. Globe Earthers waiting for David Weiss to go to Antarctica. A valid reason for a 24-hour sun on Antarctica in the Flat Earth model. Have you seen me? Contact David Weiss. This is pretty weak memeology in my opinion.
Not a banger.
Now Will getting his ego inflated. He's got a bunch of people trying to make him out to be the sharpshooter in the Olympics, right?
Why didn't they put his head on this one?
Right?
That would have been way cooler if you wanted to. Right?
That's weak. Totally weak. I guess Globers just aren't smart enough.
Yeah, I did one, but I chose to do one where the person wasn't even looking. And I put my comic type character on there. It's not. Again, this one, so he's supposed to be the bullseye. Again, he's LARPing as this guy from Turkey now again. And then, his grouping is good. Eh? Well done. Well done. Good shooting.
Shooting up Flat Earth.
Pellets, right? BBs?
With his circling sun.
It's a BB gun, isn't it? Glorified BB gun.
Yeah, it is a BB gun, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, they can aim. I'm not trying to say those guys can't aim, but if you want to be a guy holding a BB gun, go on. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, the three amigos are Jesuit Jaron, Witsit Doesn't Get It, and Alex Steinenstein, right?
Yeah, well, there might be more. There might be more too, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of people trying to get in on this.
All right, so we've got we got the creepies showing up. Nathan Oakley is now all of a sudden a center of attention as a super creep, getting lambasted like crazy. You've got David Weiss, Witsit, the CC. This guy is more 33 than you can even.
And that's crazy lunatic Santos, right? Don't forget about him.
Yeah, so these guys do not represent a plain Earth whatsoever. They've tried
to set these characters up, and who was it? So recently they made like an 18-hour video, and a large portion of that video was about every character that you see on the screen.
Yeah,
that was a high-level YouTube production.
Mm-hmm. They're all so discreditable. They got something on each one of them.
Another stupid one. Okay.
Well, you were pointing out that this one's like really poor taste.
It's a hoax. It was a hoax or a PSYOP. You want to say whatever, however you want to call it. We're not going to get too deep into that here. We're not on Rumble. But this was a school shooter from Florida, right? The guy on the right. So I mean, it's not funny. Like if it was real, it'd be really really satanic. If it was like the thing was real, but it's not. But it's stupid. What you can come up with. People couldn't have come up with better memes than this. Wow.
Yeah. We've got person covering their ears, person trumpeting, saying, the sun in Antarctica. Week. You've got Spider-Man pointing at other Spider-Man saying, no, you're the government shill. So this is one of the ways that they try to defeat us. We're pointing out that these guys are all working together in a coordinated effort where it's all scripted, and that this is a script that's been planned 10 years. Well, wait, it's been implemented the last 10 years. Who knows how long it was planned in advance, and that these are just the characters, the faces that are being used to roll it out. But they are CIA. We're going to hear if we get in, CIA, if we have enough time. Yeah.
Whatever you want to say. It's and who would actually make and share a meme like this? It would be the feds, the CIA, the shills. They're the ones who would try to deflect with a meme like this. Okay.
Pure deflection. Flurf and Grifter. So they all are.
Well, yeah. If
all
we do
the
a tally, Jay, if we add it up, who's actually doing more fundraisers for the final experiment that they've created? I'm pretty sure the grifter side is actually leaning on the globe.
The ball side?
Yeah, that's my first appearance. But sure, there are many people flurf grifting and ball grifting, and just the same.
Here we've got 24-hour sun can't tell you anything about the shape of the Earth. And all right, so
where he's trying to put into a round hole too in the meme, and he's drooling. Right, he's an NPC.
I just got to say that a 24-hour sun is an observation that falsifies the fake flat Earth. Right, we can use it as a competition. We can ask everybody what model predicts this. We have a model that predicts it to 100th of a degree per second. So you can still win a competition even though it's not an experiment, right?
Yeah, and funny enough, when we ask Will, how do you falsify whether the Earth is moving or the sun is moving around us, he's going to tell us, of course, the Earth is spinning. That's how day and night was created. Our model actually depicts a still fixed Earth with day and night without the sun rotating around an observer. How about that, Will?
As described in the Bible.
Hold on, Will. We're not done with you yet.
First flat earther in Antarctica. Everybody is a flat earther, right? There are no globe earthers. There's just people that think that they're spinning and twirling through space. So there's been a lot of flat earthers there.
Yeah.
Here we go. We've got flat earthers, the final experiment. And we've got, somebody upset. We got the cat sitting here.
Right, this is the housewives. They're having a fight with other housewives, and the cat's basically just mocking them. That's what the meme means, right?
So people will see that a lot of these memes have been remade, where they turned out a lot better. We'll be going through those next.
Yeah.
We've got Tom and Jerry, 24-hour sun in Antarctica, 24-hour sun in. Do you get this?
No, he just shoot himself. It's stupid,
Yeah.
It should say TFV there with the gun, but okay.
We've got we can see too far. TFE is just an observation.
So, again, this one, anybody tells you they can see too far, they're lying to you, or they're misinformed, right? And this is the way misinformation happens. It's being put out by the final experiment character, right? The TFE is just an observation. It's a false equivalency. The two things don't even have anything to do with each other.
Yep.
Well,
for me, it's an easy button push. TFE is an observation, and no, we cannot see too far, right?
Yeah.
It's easy.
Easy.
We've got, I bet he's thinking about other women. And I wonder if Austin Whitsit's really going to Antarctica.
Well, I guess we know now. He said last night that he's definitely willing to go as long as the contract demands are met, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, another stupid one perpetuating people cheating on each other and women being, is painting women in a bad light. It's not right. Subconsciously.
Here we've got, how can we demonstrate there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica? Derp, derp, go to Antarctica. That guy gets thrown out of the window. You're going to see a much better remake of this meme.
He's a martyr, right? Will's a martyr. They're painting themselves out to be heroes because they're begging the question, experiment.
So here we get into the winners. This is the medal round right here.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, moving goalposts. Like that's original.
Number 3, moving the goalposts.
Good one. Oh, you could still kick the ball into the net. So what have you accomplished? You guys should have dumped the net down and said what flurfs do.
Well, and you can see what they're doing.
These guys, all the ideas.
You can see what the guys are doing right here. They're moving the net closer because they realize that these guys can't shoot the ball long distance. We'll move it right up in front of you, right?
Yeah, that's what they do.
You stand right here. See if you can still hit the net. See if you can do it. Next one, you get a son, you get a son, you get a son. Everybody gets a son.
This one is to prove that QNFEE and Jake the Asshole are not gatekeepers trying to be strawmanned by the final experiment. They actually are. This one goes out to Jake the Asshole, right? Because he's the one saying that there's not one single circling sun. And what is Jaren going to witness? And all these other doofuses.
One circling sun.
Right, completely debunking everybody having a sun. That there's one sun. And that's been a hot topic that Jaren's been going to because this Z character had a debate with him and basically wouldn't admit that the sun crosses above his head 24 hours a day, which is crazy. I don't know if Z is working with him, right? That's something, again, that you'd want to double straw man or,
Steel man.
Anti-steel man. He's anti-steel manning Jaren, right? He's giving him an even more stupid thing to say. And Jaren's running with it still.
All right, and the final meme.
This one won. His wife and daughter chose it, he said, I think, right? That's why, I don't know for sure. His son? I can't remember, but, I mean, why?
Yeah, this is, I guess, what Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think flat earthers seen the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Shut your eyes, don't look at it, no matter what happens. All right.
That's no flat earther is going to do that. Like, they don't trust Jaren. Rightly so. I mean, I haven't trusted Jaren for like 9 years. I've spent most of my time trying to document everything because I felt that he was the head gatekeeper in the communities.
Absolutely. So let's go on to some much better memes. And I want to show everybody here that we have started using posts. And so some of you might see this as a community tab. Some might see it as a post tab. YouTube does it both ways. And so let's go back here to the beginning. I'm going to scroll down here and we'll come back up to the most recent. We got a bunch of them now.
Great job, everybody.
All right, so I'm going to show everybody how the scoring and all that works. So these posts, they should go out to everybody that's subscribed, but they don't. Well, we can show you the analytics, but you can see here that this has got 17 thumbs up on it. There's 2 comments. This is the Antarctica Satans. This was the first meme that I made for the final false dichotomy PSYOP, and it was the first one mentioned by Will Doofus. So thank you, Will Doofus. This one right here came in from Zworst. It's got 16 thumbs up. Globe Defender is a mental disease. Change my mind, right?
Well, it's the great deception, right? And it is a mind virus. Absolutely.
So these types of memes, everybody, will help everybody. If you want to make memes, we'll show you how to do it. It's not that hard. This was my second meme here, false dichotomy. A false dichotomy is presenting 2 choices when more than 2 choices exist. So you got Doofus saying Earth, only a ball or pizza. And you got me over here saying this model is accurate to 1/100th of a degree per second. And that's obviously third model because it's not a ball or a pizza. So that is one of the most perfect examples of a false dichotomy you could ever come up with. So all you got to do, people, is the memes that you like, hit that thumbs up, and we'll keep track of it. Actually, YouTube will keep track of it for us. We have another one from Zwars. False dichotomy is for the final experiment shills and trolls.
Change his mind.
This is another Zwars meme. This
on fire in the start here.
Yeah, this is from the movie Leave the World Behind, produced by Barry and Mike Obama. Notice it says Mike. So you got the Obey shirt. You've got the final experiment over here. I think that was a NASA shirt, right?
Right, yeah, it changed to, today's modern day version of NASA is Will.
And it's also got this thumbnail, lying and deception, are they always wrong? So just got to point out here that fake pastor Will Doofus is the only pastor that I've ever heard do sermons where he tries to justify lying, right?
Right. I mean, come on. Christ's name is literally the truth, right? He is the truth. That's his first name, okay?
And the Bible literally says that.
My name is the liar, is what Will's saying.
The Bible literally says that liars will not inherit the kingdom. So
it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's where it's at. It's
where it's at. Here's another one from me. The final experiment. So TFE. No, it's not an experiment. So TFO. It's the last observation. No. So GTFO. Right.
Get the out of here. That's my line I like to use.
This one's a little bit different. This came from Dirty David, Sir Weissenstein. He put out a video, Flat Earth's not a PSYOP, it destroys the PSYOP. And so it's a timestamp type meme where it's showing a clip in the video where you see a sun rising up through the clouds from an airplane that's above the clouds, that's above the sun.
Yeah.
And so the PSYOP is that the sun and moon are 3,000 miles high, right?
That's flurspective. You got to make sure you understand flurspective is that everything that's moving away from you is actually above you still in flurspective land.
From that same video, at this timestamp, 225, the PSYOP is to deny the sun is between these clouds, right? How can you deny that the sun is below the cloud above and above the cloud below, thus making it in these clouds right here in a person's circle of sight, right?
There. Yes, in between those clouds. You can see the light protruding out of the clouds in all directions. It's not coming from one side only.
Here we have a Limitless, right?
Yeah.
Sea level, virtual reality. Jeranism's Home Depot Earth with the Curvel, right? So he's saying that you just put a whole bunch of Home Depots all the way around here and the level would always be level, right?
The only problem is the level's not level in that depiction that we have on the screen here. It wouldn't be level. It would be quite a bit off. And then Curvel. So the other thing that Jaren's constantly, you're going to hear later, he'll tell you that east-west is actually a curve, a turn. When it's actually straight, when you fly in an airplane, you level out. And you don't turn left or right, nor do you steer up or down when you go due east or due west. But he's going around telling everybody the earth is curvelled, not level. Curvelled. It's curving level is what Jaren's saying. Don't get it twisted.
So this one's more of a reference piece that we're going to continually be using over and over and over. There are only 3 models of reality that can explain day and night, because what we have right now is a whole bunch of people that thought that they were flat earthers that are starting to realize that Jaren and Whitsitt and Alex Stein are going to go to Antarctica, see a 24-hour sun and say that we're on a ball. And then you have all these people saying, well, that's not our map, that's not our model. And what we're saying is, well, then explain day and night. Right, because the geocentrists and the heliocentrists explain it with spinning balls. If you don't want to be on a spinning ball, then what people have been trying to use is horizontal circles, where the sun's going around horizontal to Earth like this, and it just gets far enough away from you where you can't see it anymore. That's called pizza domism.
Yes,
right?
Because it's pressurized, thanks to Nathan Oakley. And you'd actually have to, the observer would have to be looking through the sun right now in the daytime, but it would be nighttime for that observer, and he'd be seeing the stars on the other side of the dome.
So this is going to be falsified this December, and you will no longer be able to say horizontal circles anymore. So it's either going to be 1 spinning balls or 3 equidistant circles tilted based on latitude.
Yeah, and it was actually it was falsified a long time ago when people started measuring the rise set angles of the sun south of the equator and found that the sun was circling off the AE map. It falsified, like, for me, 9 years ago.
All right, so we've got some remakes here. This is the boardroom meeting suggestions. Now we shall call it the final dichotomy. Then somebody said, maybe call it the final experiment. This person says, so there's only 2 options. This person says, don't forget the third option, stereographic virtual reality.
Yes, that is great. Yes. Oh, that was a good one. Excellent work. Was this Jay Skills?
This is Jay Skills.
What a meme. That was good. And, I love them all. And sometimes we're hard on the people in the group. We want them to do their best. And it's all equal. Everybody, you're doing a great job. Especially that last one was great.
Yeah, so I'm trying to give credit to everybody as they get put up as well. So this is a way to get a shout out for fighting for truth, everybody. This is another one I like. You can choose between the spinning water ball or the pressurized pizza dome. And the third world skeptical kid says, thanks, lady, but I'm going to stick to what the stereographic VR model for sure.
Another good one for sure.
That was a J Skills. I believe this one is too. There are only 2 models of reality. Nonsense. Stereographic VR is the only working model. Whap.
Smack. You had to make the smacking noise. You did.
Smack.
That was a good one. Another good one. Well done.
And another remake. So, sphere or plane, Jesse Jaron sweating it.
He's sweating all right. Yeah, there'll be copies and doubles. We'll be doing this all the way up until the observation.
So here's that weird meme, and I still don't understand this meme. So, but it's up here.
Well, I guess what it's trying to say is that Jesuit Jaron is trying to become Jeranism, and then Will Doofus is trying to help Jeranism become a heliocentrism again. That's maybe what I see.
Yeah, it's a meme that escapes my comprehension. This one though, the red dress. So we've got the stereographic VR model, which is the hottie in the red dress. You got me and the fake flat earthers all super offended if anybody starts paying attention to the stereographic VR, right?
It's the same girl, and I'll say this one's also a revelation of the method because all the fake flat earthers are actually living inside of a stereographic virtual reality. Another good meme.
That was from Bronick.
Way to go. Oh, I know this one.
Yep, we've got Will Duffy. Team Yahawashai is right. How do we stop them? So this is like some sort of mass murder type.
He's followed all our evidence. And he's like, they're right. Now we need to figure out how to stop them, right? That's what's going on in the Globe Earth team's room. The last thing they came up with that Andrew Marsh personally told Will Duffy that his model is a Globe Earth model. Okay, well, we'll believe you when you stop saying that it's okay to lie. Bernie Sanders, haven't seen a meme with him on it for a long time.
I am once again asking if you could donate to Jeranism. Bernie.
Some super chats or whatever. He's very thankful tonight. He was telling everybody in his chat he loved them all.
He's super oppressed.
Yeah, he loves them.
We've got another remake here with the pressurized pizza dome, the Globe Earth false dichotomy, Will Duffy, yes to both.
And he's got the one eye, Y symbolism.
Nailed it. So it's all about trying to get as much encoded into the meme as possible, everyone. We've got the final experience. Y'all got any more of that Antarctic 24-hour sun?
They're all addicted to it. All the Globers are so addicted to the 24-hour sun crack right now that's going around. They're all hooked. It's getting crazy. They're getting so happy and excited with themselves. It's insane. Here we go with Jeranism.
Is the 24-hour sun in the room with us now?
Jaron says, of course it is.
Here's where our thumbnail tonight. Yeah. So this is Home Depot Baller, right? This is Jaron. Jaron's got a whole
baller.
He's got a whole new model of reality where you just put enough Home Depots together and all of a sudden it becomes a ball.
And there was an original picture to this, and it was also Mrs. Skeptic, or what's his wife's name? She was also doing the same thing, but we only have Jaron, so we're not total scumbags. I mean, and we're gonna have to move on from this. We're gonna have to start making some other stuff too.
Yeah, after the final false dichotomy.
Yeah, we got to come up with more. We're going to continue to try hard. Sorry, Jaron, if you're getting sick of seeing that face. You should have never done that pose. But anyways, it's being used out of context, right? Look at this one.
Trust us, Earth is a globe. And if you haven't noticed, everybody, these are monkeys.
Yeah,
these
monkeys. They're monkeys giving the presentation, which it's got its toroidal pressurized pizza dome. Biblical cosmology, they call it. Jaron's got the globe. Obviously, he's licking it like ice cream. And then he's got his little final experiment there. And they're all monkeys.
Doing a sermon on how lying's okay.
Yes. That's
all right. You made this one. You set me up as somebody chopping up the final experiment.
That's what's going to happen. But.
Chop it up.
Well, this one's funny too. Stop! He's already dead. Will Duffy's saying it. And Jared's getting his kicked out of him by TEAM YAHAWASHAI. I like that one. That was good. He's still got his tongue out. This guy. He's nasty.
So this one, we've got the globe, the Great Deception, the pressurized pizza dome. This one's got the water falling off the edge, flying through space. The PSYOP and the truth. Right? Stereographic, biblical. Virtual reality. We're going to keep adding the word biblical to it too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the only one that can actually follow the scriptures. This is a remake. The 24-hour sun in Antarctica won't work on any model. It works perfectly on the stereographic VR flat earth model.
It's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
Jezzy losing it. TEAM YAHAWASHAI sitting back, eating steak, enjoying it.
Calm and cool.
All right, so this day and night thing is going to be an ongoing thing. You got to be able to explain day and night. If you're going to say the Earth's a plane and you can't tell people an explanation for day and night, you're going to look like a retard. So don't even...
You know me, it's the SBVR. VRC. You know me. SBVRC. You know me. Stereographic Biblical Virtual Reality Cosmology.
Ooh, I like it. That is it. So if you can't explain day and night, you're just going to come across as a complete idiot. So don't even tell somebody that Earth's a plane if you can't explain day and night. So we're helping you all out. This is the stereographic biblical VR cosmology explanation for day and night, where the sun rises. It's at its highest point at noon, and it sets into Earth. And here it even points out that the first 6 degrees is civil twilight, the next 6 degrees is nautical twilight, the last 6 degrees is astronomical twilight, and then it's night. So here is day and night. You're looking north, sun rises on the east, sun's the highest at noon, sun sets in the west. Right? If you're looking from the north south, just got to turn this around, flip it the other direction. But that is how the sun rotates around you, everybody. And that's it for the memes.
Yeah, you could just spend a little bit more time. We'll go to a song break after this. One second. So I just want to point out here that we will be doing a podcast where we're going to bring up the scriptures, right? Not just the Bible. We use many scriptures that are extra canonical as well, right? And we're going to explain how this day and night truly works and how we can observe it in our circle of sight, in contrast to Will Duffy from The Final Experiment, who, on interview with Jason, claimed the reason for day and night was the spin of the Earth. He claimed something that is anti-scriptural, right? In absolute contradiction of what the scripture states emphatically, redundantly. right? That the earth does not move. But this model right here is a model of day and night. You can also represent it as a yin yang. That's what the Asians do. In this perpendicular view with the horizon cutting across the screen, looking north with your east on the right and your west on the left, is the depiction of how day and night was created and what it would have looked like from an observer here on the earth when the first day started. And the day actually started with night. Okay, we're of the day. We're not children of the night. We're of the day. So we show you the depiction of us during the day. But you could take the sun away and you could hit play on the program, and you're actually going to see civil, nautical, and astronomical, and how that shows the dusk periods and twilights and how it rotates around each observer. And this is the best and most accurate way to describe day and night in this reality. I think this is probably so far tonight, this is the best meme. It's more of a teaching meme, but that's what memes are. They can be
infographic.
You can make it a video meme, right? A meme, I call them. It's limitless what you can do if you have a little bit of creativity and you have a little drive or desire. When you desire something, you could put it in the action and you could do it. And we can help you here at Team Yahawashai. You could come on to Reality Check Chat in Telegram, and we can show you and give you ideas, and you can make your own. So I do believe that this is going to be the best. You got Genesis 1:3-5, and it explains when the day and night was created and how it works and how it rotates around every observer. I think this is the winner so far, for just truth.
Yeah, so everybody, when you go to vote, right, the information, if you look at all these other memes here, memes will be scored by the amount of thumbs up they receive and will be covered in special segment of Flat Earth Friday podcast. That's what you are experiencing right now. And if you
screen there,
if you want to post, then leave us your memes at Reality Check Chat.
There it is. Yeah, HTTPS semicolon was it /t.me/reality check chat. Just if you have the at reality check chat part, that's going to be your key. Those are your keywords. So are we going to go to a song? Because, everybody that's, supposedly upside down, you're not. You're all right side up. The heavens are above you, right? And everything that is below you is below you. This next song is called Upside Down, performed by The Knave. Again, brand new. Breaking new music here on the Awake Souls YouTube channel. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you're all having a wonderful Friday night.
Upside down, huh?
That's what these motherfuckers have been trying to do to the truth, turn it upside down this entire time. I mean, it's been over 8 years that I've been telling Jaron that you upside down, bro. Get your right side up. This guy's now going to Antarctica, and he's telling everybody that if he sees the sun circle behind him, he's going to tell everybody that he's upside down.
Yeah, so here we have a podcast where Jaron joined Sanchez to answer questions about the final experiment and address concerns, and they let some people come up, and guess who came up? Ronnie came up.
And I did, yes.
So this is just a few seconds before you actually got to join. I don't know if you got to actually hear the context of what was going on just before you came up, but we'll listen to that. And then when it comes to you talking with these guys, I'll just have you sort of direct me through it a little bit as far as what you want to cover, because some of it is, probably once you got your words in a little bit and then they started doing their thing. Yeah. So you just direct me, but let's check this out. This is just before you came up, and then we'll hear you come up.
They don't get made fun of all the time? They do get, let me tell you what happens, Jaron. They will say, if I lose this game, I'll shut my channel down, subscribe now. And they'll lose the game, make up some excuse. They'll still be on there, but check it out, though. They will actually be bigger than they were.
Documentary, which you say you were all honest about. You signed.
Oh.
It skipped. What happened?
It just did a huge jump. So let me go back to where we're at there.
Yeah, it jumped. It was, these things, it's tough when you've had a back and forth with somebody for so long and you finally actually do get to have them on, because every other time I would have tried to call Jaron, he hangs up on me and his channels. I stopped doing it a long time ago, but this time he let me on.
Let's get this without the jump.
Who's done? It's plenty of these vloggers that say,
made fun of all the time?
They do get, let me tell you what happens, Jaron. They will say, if I lose this game, I'll shut my channel down, subscribe now. And they'll lose the game, make up some excuse. They'll still be on there, but check it out, though. They will actually be bigger than they was now that they told a lie. Because people want, you know what I'm saying? Now,
I've already noticed that with YouTube. It seems like if you want to get numbers, just tell a couple lies, just make some drama. And yeah.
Wow.
So
if you want to get numbers, you just tell a couple lies. He's already seen that, right? He knows how that works.
Yeah, he sees that.
Tell a couple lies, you get the numbers. He gets it. He knows the game.
yeah, I'll take questions from the anybody who has questions.
That's great. I got a question. Hey, how you doing, Jen? That's me. It's Ronnie, Event Skeptic.
Oh, you fucking loser. What's up?
So, first off, I'd like to ask, why do you call me retarded for an observation
hang on.
that I showed you? First off, he had to call me a fucking loser, right? That's how he greets me. Nice, huh? What a way to answer questions.
Mm-hmm.
8 years
You
ago.
called me a Satanist.
No,
You called
I
me a
showed
Satanist.
you.
You called me a devil worshiper. You say I sold
Okay,
blood. You have a problem with my wife. You have a problem.
All right, so listen to this list of things that he's rattling off here. And I just want everybody to pay attention, because when Ronnie finally gets to start talking to him about these things, you're going to see that Jaron actually admits to all the things that he's accusing us of being liars of saying, right? So pay attention to the accusations.
Let's take it one question at a
I don't need
time.
to take
First
any-
off,
No,
did I
no.
not show you how the sun circles off the map 8 years ago?
You said that it sets south of west and rises south of east.
Okay, that's check. Okay,
That's circling it off the map right there.
so Jaron's going around saying that if only someone could have showed him this, he wouldn't have wasted all these years. You'd listen to him rant, right? If only someone could show me a model that works. Jason and I have been. Jason also showed Jaron 8 years ago, 7 years ago, that it doesn't work too, with the actual modeling as well. I'm glad you admitted that. Second, why did you not do the experiment before you were in the documentary and test it?
What experiment?
So you are the cover, you are on the cover of the biggest.
So all of a sudden, bro's got to cover somebody up because somebody starts losing it.
Yeah, some crazy dude jumps in and just like screaming. It sounds like he had a megaphone on. I'm trying
Bro
to stay behind the curve.
Yeah, bro does cover this that noise up.
This hit piece against flat Earth.
A bunch of yelling.
And my question is, if I'm going to do an experiment that's going to be in a documentary, which you say you were all honest about, you signed a thing, this and that, why would you not have done the experiment first and tried it?
Because they were there to film the experiment, and it wasn't supposed to be a documentary. Do you understand?
We all knew that it was a documentary. This was something that was advertised by Pat and Mark. They said that what's his name? Daniel was making a documentary.
Yeah, everybody knew. Everyone knew. I mean,
yeah, for like a whole year, everybody knew a documentary was being made. In fact, when I went to Pat's Mixer in Houston, that Daniel guy was there, and he was filming people, and that's how I ended up in Behind the Curve.
I mean, that's got to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay,
they
second
said
of
they
all,
were filming the experiment. They said they were coming to film it.
Jaron, people.
So all of a sudden, a guy with a camera says, "I'm coming to film the experiment," and you don't run the experiment beforehand. You
don't do a test.
You don't say, "Well, how about after I've tried it once?"
Yeah, we told him because he did his Lover's Bay experiment with a laser, and he couldn't see the laser. Right, proven again that there was curvature. His first experiment, and everyone was like, "Why didn't Jaron practice the test before he went to the live stream with it?" Right? It was crazy. But then again, here he is saying the exact same thing, and his answer, "I'm not buying it." No. People can see that, like, nobody with an intelligent brain would actually go in a documentary without doing a pre-test.
Did you hear what I said? It wasn't supposed to be a documentary. They sold it as a documentary after.
No, that's not true. That's a lie.
Experiment in there. Why would anybody think a failed experiment would show up in a documentary at all?
So you signed a waiver before you did this, but they told you it was just for maybe a documentary.
They were going to try and sell it. They had a $10,000 budget. They were going to try and sell it. They were going to keep it on the up and up, and they were going to.
Well, Ronnie's obviously.
You want to say anything about that?
I mean, he just admitted that he knew exactly that this was being filmed and they were going to try to sell it. He knew it. What do you mean? He's trying to say in the same breath that he didn't know.
Right. Netflix, like, this is probably the most viewed flat earth hit piece of all time.
Yeah, he's on the cover. He's literally on the cover, and he said that he didn't even know it was going to be for anything, and, you know, he just had them film the test, like the first try.
He's the guy that proved curvature, and his late boy, Blob Nodell, is the guy that supposedly proved the Earth rotates.
Measured the turn, right? 15 degrees per hour. And
by putting a ring laser gyro on a lunch tray and physically, Lazy Susan, rotating it. Yes.
But Jaron was at the very end, so everybody that saw the video, the final thing that you take away is Jaron going, interesting, when he can't see. So the guy doesn't even have the flashlight on. And Jaron tells him, raise it above your head. So then you see him turn the light on. And then as he tries to shine it across, he's like hitting trees in between the vantage point. It is one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen. I can't even believe that he was involved in it, but I guess that's how he got paid, right?
Yeah. New home.
All those fancy lights behind him.
Research on this because Jaron spoke about this extensively. If
Ronnie,
you actually cared.
What is your claim that?
So all of a sudden this guy comes in and starts throwing shade for Jaron.
Yeah, weird. I don't know what to take of this person.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Let Doug and Jaron exchange, and you can actually come in too as well. No problem. But let them kind of keep going.
I just want to ask Ronnie real quick. What is his claim? Since he has all these questions, so obviously, rather than just the obvious that the documentary company lied to me, misrepresented my experiment. I've got all the emails, all the evidence. These guys want to make up their own lies in their own world. So my question is, what is your claim then?
Well, so, I mean, I first told you 8 years ago that the map you were pushing didn't work.
That has nothing to do with what I asked you.
And you kicked me out of the community and blackballed me and made fun of me and made videos about me. And I was just trying to share the truth with you. Now, 6 years later, you do an experiment, which we tried to tell you. First off, you were trying to drill holes through like a 4-inch post and all that. You ended up just using styrofoam and a drywall saw.
What did you do, Ronnie? Did you go do an experiment?
I'm trying to explain that the evidence leads to the fact that Jaron is a gatekeeper for actually people that are looking to investigate this reality.
So they hired me for the documentary, and then they're like, "Oh, what we need you to do is to blow this experiment, and we're going to lie about it." Or what
over and over and over.
I mean, the conclusion that one has to get to when you see that if someone's been shown evidence and they deny it and they continue to push the misinformation.
Did I deny that the sun sets south of west and rises south of east? Did I deny it, or did I say that we have an explanation for it?
Well, you came up with your caustic coffee cup explanation like
No,
5-6 years later.
That's something different.
Yeah, that's something
covers the
completely
light, not the sun.
I'm just glad
The coffee caustic is their explanation. That's it. He's got his ray diagram thing that he got from some glober, but that's it. That is supposed to represent the coffee cup caustic, the ray diagram.
And it's how they used to explain the 24-hour sun in the south, right?
Yeah.
Glad we can air this out. Listen, I don't hate you, and then your other accusations. So obviously, I think you're either being paid or you're possessed. I don't know one of the two.
Wow.
I don't know. I know you got a new house and fancy lights behind you.
Wow.
And what do you do for a living? Do you have a job?
Good question. This guy does no research.
What do you mean I don't do research?
No, we do research.
What does he mean? I read the entire internet.
Yeah, we saw the house that Jaron had before, right? Because it was in the documents, the one that he signed for the documentary, gave his address, and so we looked up your old house, Jaron, and we know exactly where it is, and you're upgraded to a much nicer house.
All these lights.
Because
your job, Jaron. Do you have a job?
Absolutely.
You build things.
Yes, I buy things at auctions all week. I have to drive and go pick them up. I have to list them for sale. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff for work.
Auctioneer.
So did anybody know that Jaron's an antiquer?
I didn't know he was an antiquer. I was like a little stunned here.
Yeah, he's one of those junkyard guys, or he buys
like units or whatever, like bids.
Yeah,
it's one of them.
And he eBays it all. Wow, that's a tough job.
Yeah.
Enough to live off my YouTube career?
Give me I don't.
If he did, I don't think.
See, that's the thing. Like his views, you're getting 16,000 views on a video. This doesn't pay the rent.
No, that's why I know how is Jaron making money is what I'm saying. I know you're not getting it from your views.
Yeah, so I mean, bro, making 16,000 views here. That's probably like $16 he just made, right?
Maybe less.
That doesn't pay the rent.
I think that's enough to really prove if he's legitimate if people want to donate to his. So I think let's just look at the experiment and get back on his intention and agenda with the pastor. Yeah.
So again, Ron, the pastor, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, did you guys change your beliefs on things? Was that ever allowed?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. I didn't believe there was any 24-hour sun anywhere at all.
So, right, I remember that. So the fact that we can change our minds is okay?
Yes, absolutely. I want the truth to be learned and understood and found, and I'm fighting for it too. I can be corrected.
So you think that I'm going to go down there and I am going to see the 24-hour sun?
Absolutely. There's footage of it everywhere.
So what are you going to say? Like, way to go, Jaron, you told the truth when you said it? Or what are you going to say? You're going to have to turn it into I'm a shill or I'm being paid.
No, I'm happy that you're doing it. I'm happy that but I think that you're doing it.
All right, so that guy popped in and said, where is there footage of that? Let me just pop over to this tab real quick, and this right here, this is the slam dunk, everybody. So this is the total solar eclipse at Union Glacier, Antarctica 360 experience. Because you had gone on Bro Sanchez's before this, and you had showed him another footage that was 360 degree footage.
24 hours.
Yeah, but what he was able to do is he was able to find the seam, right? So he looked around and he found where the seam is, and he said, "You see this?"
Started yelling at me like it was insane. It was crazy. I mean, but whatever.
You see this? There's a seam in it. This is where they faked it. But this footage is different because we know that the eclipse took place south of Union Glacier. Right, so this is the beginning of the footage, and as I scan through here, here we're starting to get close to the eclipse. Come on, play. And you'll see that it's going to get darker and darker in the sky. All right, you see what's going on here?
Yeah, the nice, beautiful colors.
Oh, watch what's happening right now. Let me go back.
Out.
So here we've got real clear shadows, and I want to point something out here. You want to talk about how local the sun is? If you look down this line of photographers, look at the angle of all the shadows that are on the left side here pointing this way, and look at all the shadows on the right side that are pointed this way, and even between yellow jacket and red jacket, right, between right here and here, you can see that this is pointing here, this is pointing here. So this is a very direct, close, local sun right here. You can see by the shadows. But as I hit play here, watch what happens to the shadows. And they're gone. Right, so this is totality. And now all of a sudden, there's no shadows here. You can still see daylight over here. You can see the daylight on this side. You can see the daylight on this side. But totality is taking place as we are looking south. The sun is south of these people right now. You can prove it. This is just 100% slam dunk. The sun is...
The sun should be set here for the map model. I mean, it should have set, a long time ago, way away. We're looking almost due south. And again, this is about the angle. I don't know the date specifically on the video. I know they're going to be there between the 14th and the 17th.
Well, this took place December 4th of 2021.
So early, but it's still well above. You can see they're not going to have, because people are going around saying the mountains, we investigated that right away, that the mountains were going to block the shot. No, the sun is going to be well above the mountains.
Yeah, so absolute 100% video proof of the sun being south of Union Glacier.
The final observation done, already observed by multiple people. Will Duffy put out videos showing multiple different times and people there viewing this, right? It's only Nathan Oakley, who apparently has the guy that was a scientist that witnessed no 24-hour sun. He said that I guess he saw it set. Don't quote me though, because I really don't want to go listen to all that.
Yeah, and let's watch the shadows come back. We're coming out of totality soon here. Let me point out that you can even see a star right here. Or we could bring up Stellarium, go to this date. We could tell you what star that is.
Yep.
And you can see that it is south of the observer. And you can watch it. You can watch these stars following the sun rotating around, just like the moon. The moon rotates around down here.
Mm-hmm.
And there comes the shadows back. Boom, lights back on. All right, and
also
you can see all the shadows moving with the characters. This is not something that you would be able to fake here. And this is exactly what Stellarium predicts. So the guy asked, what proof? Well, there you go. That is the proof.
Yeah, there's more. There's tons of...
Yeah.
To falsify the AE map and model. And you're also tying the biblical... You and Witsit call it the biblical cosmology, the AE map model. We've been telling you guys for 9 years that it's not in the Bible.
When did I call it that? You said you and Witsit have been calling it, so now show me one time I've ever said
you guys support the idea...
Oh, come on. I can... Well, he's put them on private. But yes, he has been calling it biblical cosmology. We will screen record it and send it to you, Jaron. Just like you did say the Earth would have to be bigger. It would have to be a bigger ball. Take your videos off of private so that we can actually go through and look at the transcripts.
Really big ball.
Yeah.
Right? To quote him. Yeah, that the word firmament is in the Bible. You've done YouTube videos talking about it. I could go through.
Now I'm gonna be honest, Ronnie. I think you stand more of what that's Rob Skiba. What you're saying?
Definitely Rob Skiba. Yes, 100%. He was the one who came up with all of it. He put the. So Rob Skiba was definitely the one that pushed that, right? Absolutely. Okay. So again, if
that's we can stay.
stay on the point that Witsit and you and your team, you guys constantly call the AE map a model of a biblical cosmology, right?
Check that again. Check it again. Change your words because it's not me. I've never called something.
Not your team.
What do you mean my team?
So
Okay,
you
that's
can't-
fine.
you
Okay, we
can't-
can move.
You
We can move
can't be
past that.
friends with somebody that says that.
Well, we know that you're not into.
Fake flat earthers. Fake flat earthers pushing the pressurized pizza dome, trying to connect it to the Bible.
The Bible anyways. So that's not a stance that you're into, and I can admit
Well, you
that that's
just kept
fine.
saying that I kept calling it biblical cosmology. That's what you're saying.
Wow.
Well, I mean, the people that you're associated with, the guy that you're going down to just gave a huge presentation on biblical cosmology, and you can say that you're not guilty
Jaron
by
shared it on his
association, and
channel.
I can say that's a cop-out.
Jaron said that Witsit's going down to do this great presentation on, he said biblical. He was smoking joints on the stream in his back in his garage, playing video, some ping pong or what was it?
Baseball game.
Yeah, baseball. It was ridiculous. And he was talking about the biblical cosmology and how he was doing such a great job. And now all Jaron does is deny everything that he says. He just says, nope, that's a lie. Everything. And he says it all, too. Everything that we're saying, he says.
Yeah, he is just as a bold-faced liar as McToon, as Will Duffy. These guys just don't give two shits if they lie straight to your face.
Jaron's worse.
Really? So now we are okay.
So we need to see who you associate with, then, huh?
I can't be friends with anybody who has a different opinion than me.
No, you are literally doing okay, so let's get back onto the observation. The model that we
False equivalency. Right away, he takes it to an extreme. I can't be friends with anybody that has a different opinion. What about if all the friends that you have the one eye symbolism, do the 33, and they all promote the same New World Order agenda, right? Is that a little bit different than just somebody having a little bit different opinion of you? Right? There's a big difference.
we've been teaching, hundredths of a degree
Not
per
a model you've been
second.
teaching. Yeah, that's because it's the same one that's used by what? By Sun Calc, by Moon Calc, because
Yes.
it's a globe model.
No, every single one of the models that we use represents the Earth coming out of the ground and setting into the ground.
The sun, moon,
And-
stars.
Yeah, and the heliocentric model does not say that the luminaries come from out from a plane and set into a plane, nor does the pressurized pizza dome. Right? There's only one model that says that. It's the stereographic biblical virtual reality. And so yeah, all the Stellarium, Suncalc, Andrew Marsh, and a whole bunch of other programs that we're sharing with people all represent the luminaries rising from Earth and setting into Earth. Fixed and stationary plane Earth.
They're not globe models. They're observations made in reality. Angles to the sunrise and sunset. That's it. That's all I've been doing for 9 years.
Okay. So what?
So our model shows it perfectly. It actually it demands that it happens. We
So, Bro
denied it.
Sanchez, we found the guy that knows everything.
Yeah, but
I don't know everything.
No, you just said you figured it out.
Within one thousand.
We have had the working map and model for the last 7 years, yes. All right, that's it.
I'm gonna tell you what I think, and And Jaron, you can cut me off, piggyback. I'm gonna be brief, and then Jared can say if this is right or not.
Okay.
Jaron is a flat earther. He knows the ground is flat. He's had different other claims he's made based on that, such as him using the AE map to say what the sun does. But he didn't have the opportunity to prove even his own claim. And I think this is his opportunity to do that. And he's taking advantage of it.
It wasn't something I volunteered for. It was something that I was selected for and was asked, and so I was put on the
Skip a
spot.
bit.
Will you go if I pay for
You
you?
better.
All right, how far do you want me to
the
go?
part where he admitted that he was a Jesuit, that he admitted it didn't skip all that, did it? No.
No, I think we got a ways to go.
Yeah, skip through a bunch. Click through. We don't need to go through it all. All this is up on Bro Sanchez's channel still. He took down
right,
the
yeah.
other one that I was on.
Let's check this out.
Say about people that's false. That's why nobody watches you. So we don't watch you because you make blanket statements about people or you say things about me. Why would I watch you if you say things about me that aren't true? right? So did you not? You told them the other day.
So what do you mean
Hold
not
on.
true? So did you not go to a Jesuit high school? Did you not go to a Jesuit high school?
100%, absolutely.
Okay. Did you not sell bat blood on your store, on your
No,
online
I didn't
store?
sell it's a
It was
joke.
$33. It was a
It's
joke,
ink.
but you did admit that there was a joke.
What do you mean? It's an ink.
It said bat's blood.
It's from a store that we were the drop shipper for called Accurate Green.
So I've never.
All right. So all of a sudden, it was from a store that we were a drop shipper for. We showed the website that has Jaron and Mrs. picture on it with a globe, right? And what it was is a witchcraft store. And everything in it was witchcraft based. And we just focused on a couple of things like bat's blood for $33 and stuff like that. And we have all the documentation for it. And here you finally get the opportunity to talk to him about it. And what does he do? He admits that it's true.
I've never lied
Facts
about you, and
just
if I
don't
have,
care.
I'll stand corrected. So
Facts
those are
just
the
don't
things.
matter to Ronnie.
And there was a globe on the desk in your store as well,
That was
right?
before we were flat earthers. So yeah,
No, it's not.
like there's a problem with that. We built a little desk that had me and my wife sitting at it as librarians in a big library, and on the desk was a globe because I was a idiot. It was 2012, way before I even ever.
All right. And now all of a sudden he's admitting that he had this website and we have the documentation of what was for sale in it. And it was a witchcraft store. The whole store was about selling things for witchcraft.
Spells and incantations and doing other demonic things. And fine, if that's what you want to do, just don't call me a liar for saying that that's what you come from, right? You went to a Jesuit school. Why we call you Jesuit Jaron, right? You sold the bat's blood. That's why we say you sold it for $33, right? We didn't lie about any of these things.
No, we bring up the things that we've come across that, point out that he's a New World Order Jesuit Satanist. And what else do we want to get from this?
The one last thing, I don't know, it's before we end up showing our models. If you just scroll across till you see a model on the screen, just before that. So Jaron was one of the things that he's trying to use is like a Jedi mind trick on people, is to state that left or east and west is curves, right? And again, I tried to expose that this is another silly non-reality. Like, so when you're in a plane and you're flying, you're going east or west, the heading just says, due east or due west. You don't have to turn. So the planes, they actually have dials, right? Where they have numbers on the dials and they just click the dial, and sometimes the people on the tower or whoever's observing their data tells them where to click it to, or they click it to that number. They just turn a dial. And when they go due east or due west, it's due east or due west. They don't constantly are clicking it to the left or to the right. And nor does a plane actually have to dip its nose down to fly east or west. And this is a huge problem for the globe and for the fake flat earth, the AE map and model with the circling sun, right?
Nor are you upside down after you fly 12,000 miles in a straight line.
Yeah, no, you will never see an unassisted gyroscope flip around 360 degrees. Once you level it out and you fly, the gyroscope remains rigid and stays level the entire flight until you land. And then you can change its angle and it'll hold that angle when you then fly. It's insane. And so I don't know if you were able to find it, but these are the things that I was trying to.
Yeah, I think this is a section.
What I'm trying to say is that if the Earth was a sphere, the only way to actually model it or to express it on a flat plane would be to make it into a stereographic projection, right?
I don't think I understand what stereographic means. So,
So that's not the clip. It's not the time. But we don't have to continue on with this. But Jaron is now, he's been witnessed to, if you wanted to express, so he thinks Earth is a sphere now, because he's going to go and stand in the bottom of Antarctica. He now knows the only way to express a sphere on a flat plane would be a stereographic map or projection with two poles. That's it. You can do it in limitless ways. We've been showing that. And we explained it to him. We showed the sunrise, sunset. We went to Union Glacier. It was great. And I showed him this is the model that we use. And it's based off of a flat plane with a local sun and a local observer. That's it, right? We showed them that nobody can deny it. Jaron admitted that he's a Jesuit, that all the things that I said about him were actually true. None of it was a lie, right? And he's now going around acting like some kind of hero because he's figured out that the sun rises south and sets south of east and west. And now he's championing that as some hero grandstanding as a truther, when he admitted in this questions and answers section that I showed him exactly what was happening over 8 years ago.
Yeah, so then you did get them to bring up the model, and this is
on the globe. Because you're saying it's not a globe. I'm saying that SunCalc uses globe math. You're saying no, it doesn't. So then there must be something
at all.
that you can show on the Andrew Marsh map that is a counter the globe. Because if everything matches identical to the globe, then it's a globe model.
So here,
well, here's the thing. So when the sun rises, all right, the moment it comes up above the ground, it goes from 0 degrees up to 90 degrees and back down to 0 degrees or 180, however you want to look at it. And so that's 180 degrees. 180 degrees is a line or a plane. It can't be a ball, right? Because it's straight. It doesn't bend 180 degrees. So his Home Depot Earth, you can take this and you can drag this model as much as you want. You just grab this slider here on the map, drag it around, and you'll see that it's always a plane, and that the sun is always rising from Earth and always setting into Earth. In fact, you cannot get it to not do that. SunCalc, you can't do that. This, you can't do that. Stellarium, you can't do that. It always rises from the ground, no matter what.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you missed it there. So I did call out the Home Depot thing, and I did call out a few other issues that I've had with Jaron, because these are actual local observers making these observations. SunCalc and all these other sites that we use have nothing to do with the globe. The globe is it's a thought. It's not even a real thing. There's no evidence. No one uses a globe for anything. No one, nothing.
Do you want to keep going through this, or do you want to go through the Home Depot Earth?
Yeah, you can move on from this. If people want to see it, go to Bro Sanchez's channel. The whole entire thing is there. I call him out on just about everything. It was great, and I'm glad that I was able to do that.
But it was talked about. He did his whole Home Depot Earth monologue in this same stream. It was just earlier, so we're going to jump forward to the 2636 mark and check this section out.
It flat. I've done laser tests. I've done mirror flash observations. But I also understand that if you lived, let's just say if, and we're just putting an if out there, if we lived on a gigantic ball, which seems our site that you use, what about that?
All right, that was what time did I say? It just did a huge jump. I'll find it again.
Was it 120? You're back to
2643. So lived on a huge ball, right?
If you lived, let's just say if, and we're just putting an if out there, if we lived on a gigantic ball, which seems insane to me, but let's just say we did. Well, let's say that we had a Home Depot. We placed a Home Depot on that ball.
Is that the $1,000 bet?
Everywhere in the Home Depot.
I don't know if
he never said we lived on a gigantic ball. In his recent stream today, he literally said that he'll give somebody $1,000 if they can show where he said that we lived on a giant ball. I think quote him on exactly those words. I think he might have just won $1,000.
Yeah, well, he did put the word if we lived.
Oh, he prefaced it with if. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's flat. Just kind of picture a Home Depot. We know it's all level.
But now what he's going to do is give the justification for if we lived on a giant ball.
He's steel manning this for the Globers.
And keep in mind that Earth is not a gigantic ball. A 3959 radius is nothing. I mean, that's itty bitty little ball.
He's got 4 balls. He's got them all over the screen, and he's got swinging hypnotist lights. But his logos, they're all Club of Rome spheres projections, and he's literally got a globe in the right part of the screen as well. I mean, you have to be blind. You have to be blind to not see this stuff. Come on,
guys. With the brick wall, the Freemason brick wall.
Masonic, right? I'm surprised he doesn't have like half white, half black. I mean, come on.
Here's more Home Depot Earth for you.
Level. If we put a level anywhere on that Home Depot floor, it's going to show level. So now let's picture that the entire world is nothing but a Home Depot, right? So it's a ball Earth, but it's a Home Depot. Well, everywhere on that Home Depot will be flat. Okay. So there is no place you would not be able to take a spirit level anywhere in the Home Depot, place it down and say, nope, look, now it's showing curve. Yet I just said that we are on a curved earth. We're on a ball that's just a gigantic Home Depot. So I think that
gigantic Home Depot. Let me throw up the thumbnail real quick, everybody. And let's get this out of here. So he's saying that if you just put a whole bunch of Home Depots, next to each other, that they would fit together on a ball. Curved. But that is absolutely ludicrous because Home Depots are built flat floors. And if you just put a bunch of flat floor buildings together, they would just continue out in a flat plane. They would never start arcing around and becoming a ball ever. In fact, you can see that at the Home Depots on the side here, those spirit levels would be way off. The only way that it wouldn't be off is gravity and the globe earth theory. And that's literally what Jaron's trying to get people to fall for with his whole Home Depot earth. He's trying to justify it over and over and over again. You can't have, how can you have a supposed flat earther out here justifying putting Home Depots next to each other and it being a ball? Right? It would be a flat, obviously flat. To any normal flat earther, you got Jaron out here saying that it could just be a gigantic big ball. No, this is insanity. This is horrible. Absolutely horrible.
sometimes we get a little bit ahead of ourselves in thinking that, yeah, okay, we have proven it flat. It is flat. But that's why, for instance, you know, they don't use...
Oh, let me get back to the screen share here. Just wanted to show everybody all those Home Depots wrapped around a ball. That's insanity right there. And let me bring up the calculator real quick. He said that, Earth's 24,000 miles, and that you would get 17 Home Depots per mile. So it would take 408,000 Home Depots to go all the way around the circumference of a globe Earth. That means 204,000 Home Depots, and then all of a sudden you're upside down. No, that's just insanity.
Curvature math when they're doing bridges or when they're doing railroads, or because if you're going to build a railroad, picture I tell you, hey, we got to go build a railroad tomorrow. You're just going to bring pieces of track and you're going to lay them and connect them to the other piece, and then you're just going to keep doing that as you go along. At no point would you ever even have any idea that the Earth is curved if it were. So measuring curve isn't quite as easy as we might think. At a distance, how would you even go about doing that? I think people have been trying for a long time, and we were really not getting any results. Sometimes they get flat results. Sometimes we get varied results. Sometimes with refraction, they're able to bring it back. But those things...
Refraction, you can bring it back? No. This is the guy that supposedly proved curve. All of a sudden, arguing for a curved Earth. You got to be a freaking idiot to think that this guy's a flat earther or ever has been a flat earther. What else do we want to go through? I just want to point out that, so Bro Sanchez, if you look back through here, the stream that he did do a follow-up on Jaron, where his whole channel was going against Jaron for calling Earth Home Depot Earth, saying that you could put a whole bunch of these around here and that you would never, the level would always be level. That's insanity.
There's another timestamp when you're done.
Yeah, if you go down here, the stream that you first joined, guess what happened to it?
It's gone.
Oh. Yeah, he took that stream down. He took down the stream that you first joined.
That's where I showed the Coin Earth for the first time and showed how Dubé was showing it.
And we do have the Coin Earth.
There's one more clip from Jaron there first.
Which one was that?
146. Basically, we were talking about stuff that I wanted to make sure that we had on the record. And like I said, you can go to Bro Sanchez's channel, Jaron Joy Sanchez, to answer questions, and you can scroll across to you can see my name around like an hour and 22-minute mark. But here, just check this one section out before we move on. set 270, and this is only possible if we live in a virtual reality and that everything's local.
You believe globe propaganda. You think somebody down at the tip of South America or somewhere in Antarctica is going to see the sunrise at exactly 90 degrees east?
Yeah.
Everybody on the equinox sees the sunrise 90 degrees and sets 90 degrees.
Except for anything close to the poles. Look it up. It'll say that right there.
Yeah, 90 to 70.
Except Jaren's trying to... Go ahead. He's trying to steal man. Keep playing it.
For you. Because that's just...
Which is exactly purported in the model that we've been sharing for years.
You said that everybody would have it at 90 degrees. Now you're saying because I said to look it up, you're like, oh, well, that's exactly what our model told.
And every single model that we can look up online, SunCalc, all these Stellarium, they all have the sun rising up out of the earth and setting into it as well.
Is it 270?
It's not funny. It's true.
It is funny. Is it 270 degrees?
Checkmate.
Where you said, is that a curved, is that a circle, or is it a straight line?
90 to 70 is a straight line. You can measure the shadows. Now, depending on your distance away from the equator, you'll have a different angle, top and south, either way.
So it's east and west are not circles at all?
No.
Even though it's been shown a million times over and anybody can prove it?
So we can get into the talk about maps in reality, and we talk about having coordinate systems, and we'd like to use
about having a pole sitting at the North Pole. There's a big long pole, and we tie a string to it. No matter where you walk with that string, if you start walking in a circle, which is east or west, you're going to do a circle. Period. There's no arguing that. There's no getting around it. There's no saying it's a straight line. Actually, no, it's not. We know how circles work. We know how the lines of latitude work. The lines of latitude are concentric circles. So if they're concentric circles, then you would be able to tie a string to the North Pole, walk to the 45-degree marker. If you walked around the Earth at 45 degrees, you're constantly turning, constantly adjusting because you've got a string tied to the fucking North Pole. So,
but although when you're driving in a vehicle, your heading is just due west. You're telling me you're making a left or right turn?
It depends if you are on a line of latitude. If you were to be on the line of, say, 45-degree latitude driving in a car, you would think you're driving straight, but you're actually turning.
So what you're basically telling me is level is actually curvel. That everything that I believe, like these Home Depot experiments that you're talking about, you're saying that a curve is actually level.
No, I said that you're always doing a circle. If you go around the Earth,
you're doing a circle down. You're saying so level, which we say when you get up. The Bro Sanchez brought earlier. D Marble took a
down. What do you mean?
D Marble took a level onto a plane and
I understand that if you say something that's not clear, somebody can ask for you to make it clear. You said I'll do a circle down. What does that even mean?
So you're saying I'm explaining with D Marble's experiment where he took a level on a plane. You're saying that his level told him that he was level, but you're telling me that he was traveling down.
No, I'm saying a circle. Circle, meaning a left or right circle.
So you don't make a left or right when you travel due east or due west. It's a straight line.
Yes, you do. Anybody will tell you that you do. Even a pilot,
So again, that's like, so if my car is sitting outside on the equator, you're telling me it's moving 1,000 miles an hour, even though it's stationary.
Did I say that?
You're inferring it with you telling me that when I travel.
It's ridiculous. This guy's nonsensical. What he's trying to do is come up with irrational thought experiments to lead people into thinking that they're on a sphere. No pilot has ever curved the plane down, nor when traveling due east or due west does anybody turn left or right. Their heading in an airplane is set to 90 degrees and they're going straight east. There's no turning. Everything that he just said was non-reality. It was completely nonsense, and a lot of people did pick up on it, and they've also started to understand where he's gatekeeping and how.
All right, so what Ronnie was talking about here, the straight lines. All right, if you watch this, right now we're in Melbourne, Australia. So this is 37.9480 degrees south. And so we're south of the equator, and the sun's going to come up at due east. Let's take a look at our shadows here as this comes up. So our shadows came from straight across, and they're going to be heading this direction, but you're going to see that the shadows are going to trace a straight line on the ground right here because it's the equinox. Now the shadows are south of the thing sticking out of the ground because of the tilt right here to the ecliptic. If we bring this up to the equator, let's drag this up to 0. We can see that the shadows are coming straight across. This is straight line shadows right here. All right, that's straight. There's no curve there. The sun is traveling straight. The shadows are traveling straight. There is no curve. Now, if we bring ourselves back down,
they only want to use the sun when it begs the question for their nonsensical reality, where the sun is now the most important thing to tell us the shape of the earth, right? That we live on a sphere now because of Jaren's sun observation. But yet when we bring up this sun observation that totally destroys the sphere, they don't want to hear anything of it. They say, oh, that's a globe model program.
No, they don't like this because it's got the sun setting into earth. Now, if we bring this back down here to, someplace that, yeah, we've got lots of people. We got people, I think, in this audience from this area right here that can go out and verify these things. And if you watch the shadows here, the shadows trace a straight line across the ground. If you watch this grid here, this point right here will trace that dark blue line there all the way across. That is a straight line shadow.
And I showed this 8 years ago. Jaren tried to make a model out of popsicle sticks, and it was really bad to try to replicate it with a circling sun. It was really bad.
And what happens if we go farther south? All right, just the shadows are going to be longer. It's going to be the same thing where now if we watch the point of this shadow right here, it's going to trace along this line now. Straight line, straight line, straight line. So the shadows absolutely prove that there's no curving going on here. I mean, here it is circling around the observer, but because of the tilt and because the fact that it rose at 90 and sets at 270, you get straight line pass. Now, the part that Jaren, absolutely, this is what you brought up to him 8 years ago, right, is that as we go out towards the winter here, he says he has a model that explains this. We've got, let's get this out to here, to the solstice. So even at this latitude right here, we've got almost 15 hours of daylight, and daylight is measured by the amount of time that the sun is above the horizon. So as soon as the sun comes above the horizon, now all of a sudden it's considered daylight. It's up for almost 15 hours here in Australia. That's the path of the sun. And the observer, let me go ahead and hit play on this. We'll get this running. And so I want to get in here. I thought I turned that off. All right, so let's get in here. We're going to watch sunrise here. So when a person's out here watching the sunrise, boom, the sun is up here. All right, we got our azimuth. We've got our altitude. We've got it to the 100th of a degree per second. And what's going to happen? Person that's watching the sun is going to see the sun go around them, and it's going to set. It's going to set right here, and this is going to be the end of your daylight. All right, so you're literally observing the sun. This isn't a coffee cup caustic. It's not some glare in the sky. It's looking
bottles in David Weiss's kitchen.
No, it's looking straight at the sun, and I'm just going to slow this down a hair and show everybody this one more time. So here comes the sun from underneath the earth. It's dark right now.
There it is.
Let's get in.
Boom.
So you're watching the sun go. It goes high up over your head. And you're here watching for the sunset. And it sets right into Earth. And that's what we see in all the footage. There is none of this shrinking sun moving away from you type nonsense.
Nope.
That's complete and utter horse crap. So if you look at this from above, you can see that the sun is rising from south of east. This would be coming from Antarctica in his model. and it will come up and it'll go north of the observer because we are south of the tropics here. The sun will come up north of the observer. Watch the shadows. And it'll head back south of the observer and set into the plane again. This is not a globe model whatsoever.
Not at all. I mean, it's a flat plane. It's clearly, obviously flat. I mean, but it's fine. That's what they want to do. But I'm just glad that I was finally able to get on with Jaron and ask him why didn't he do those tests before the supposed filming. And I wanted to get on the record that he was a Jesuit, that he sold the bat's blood, and he had the globe in his witchcraft store. All these things that we've been saying, and that I showed Jaron that this is what was taking place and that he could verify it 8 years ago. But he's out here as a hero now, headed down to the location that Jason has the pin on now.
Yep. And so this is what the model predicts to 100th of a degree per second. We'll be double checking when he takes his sorry ass down there.
Well, we know that one globe guy is going to be there, so there'll probably be some good observations taken. I don't even know if Whitsitt or Jaron know how to even run the equipment. I mean, remember when he had the drone, Jaron? It just flew away. He was like, he does a live stream and his drone it's gone. That was it. It just went offline. He crashed it. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, he did. He carried on like it was the hardest thing in the whole world to do. It was ridiculous. So yeah, no, like I said, I want Jaron to be a good guy. I want everybody to be good guys, right? I don't want any bad guys out here. But unfortunately, there seems to be a large amount of them, and that's how they get paid. But good job tonight, Jason. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm really glad we were able to get through this. This is a 2-week stream, almost even longer. We've been trying to get this one out. And thanks to everybody that participated so far in the memes. Excellent job. I'm humbled and I'm grateful to be around such fun people that are free thinking, that are actually getting involved. That to me is one of the happiest things I could see. That nothing makes me happier than to see the team here all getting involved. And thank you, everybody, especially to YD, to the Goldsmith, to everybody in the chat, everybody in Reality Check chat. You guys are all doing a great job. Okay, let's keep going. We still got a bunch of more time until this final dichotomy takes place, and we're going to keep going strong.
Yeah, it's been great. Well, where's the only place people are going to get this content, brother?
Only on the Yahawashai News Networks.